Okay. Now good, right? Recording is started.
Yes. Now
Uh,
you can continue. Yeah.
yeah, layers, right? Presentation layer, guys. First one is what? Presentation layer, right? Another one is what? Service layer. Okay. I will explain it. What is the use of the, and in the start form, what we are saying, that presentation layer, right? Presentation layer. Now another one is what? Second one is what, guys? Service layer. Service layer, right? Service layer, this is nothing but what this is called SL, service layer, or we can say that what is that? Business layer, right? Business layer. Okay, good. So good, this is the business layer. Another one is what, guys? Data. First one, this one is first one now. Okay. And another one is what? Data access layer. Another one is what? Data access layer. This one is the third layer, right? The third layer. Okay, good. And one more layer will be there now, guys. Okay, fourth one is what now, guys? Integration layer. Integration layer, right? Integration is nothing but what is that? IL. Integration layer. And this one is what? DAL, data access layer, right? These four minimum in the application, if we are developing using what is that? MVC application, minimum in a project, right? In a project, what is that? Four layers are there, right? Four layers are there. First layer is use useful for first layer is used for what is that? Use for user interface, right? User interface using what is that? We are developing, like what is that? HTML, and what is that? CSS, and what is that? JS. Another one is what? JSP. Using JSP, we are developing what is that? Presentation layer, guys. Okay, presentation layer is nothing but what is that? Web pages, like just I'm giving what is that? See this here. Okay, just what is that? Facebook.com, right? Facebook.com. Whenever, who's that? Please mute yourself. Shut up. Please mute yourself. Okay, so good. So this is what? First Facebook page is there, right? Facebook page is there, right? Good. So whenever we are making that, this request is running in which side now, guys? In which side? Okay, this page is running in the client browser, right? This page is running in the client browser only, right? This is the client browser. Okay, the Facebook first page is there, right? This first page is running in the client side, right? But using this page, how the people are designing now, this is called view page, right? This is called what? The view page. This is nothing but what is that? Presentation layer. This page is nothing but what, guys? Presentation layer now. Okay, good. So same like. Okay, so to develop this pages, what we are, that page is called what? Presentation layer now, guys. Okay, so after then, good. After then, what come again, right? Just I'm logged in out, right? I'm logging this up our application now. Okay, so after logged out, right? So see, this is a, right? I logged out, but still why it logging out? One. Hey, what's happening now? I'm logging out still. Okay, no issue, right? No issue. Okay, good. So here, what I'm going to do now, here, whenever I'm putting the password, right? And whenever I'm clicking the login button, right, it's going to controller, right? Controller, and what's happened now, the logics, whatever logics we are writing about to logging this our profile, right? This profile, to log in this profile, right? So for that, what is that, where we are writing this logic to log in this what, this Facebook page now, in the service layer. That is nothing but what, that calculation, those calculation, and what is that, operation, basic operation, check the all those operation where we are writing now, guys, in the service layer. Service layer means what is that, which kind of operation we are performing, calculation, calculations, right? Calculations operation, right? OPT, just operation, calculation operation, where we are writing now in the service layer, right? And what is the use of data access layer now? Data access layer now, DAL, to interacting our application, and our application will interact with what? Our application will interact what? Database, right? Database, okay? Database, okay? To perform just normal, guys, CORD operation. CORD operation, just think about that CORD operation, to interacting with what is that, to interacting with what in our application will interact with what, interact with what, our database. So for that, what layer will be there now? Data access layer will be there. Okay, good. But now, good. Okay, but web services, okay, so if we are giving, our application will be there, right? If our application will be there, so if we want to extend our businesses logics now, guys, okay, if we want to extend our businesses logics, okay, so what we will do now, normal controller will not expose our data in the JSON or what, XML format. So for that, what we will do now, we are using REST controller or not, guys? Come on. So if we want to extend our businesses to give our application services to what, another people, like what, guys, like our, what is that, nowadays what we are using, Google Pay, Phone Pay, all those things. But what is that, banking services is different, and what is that, application is different. But how our application is running now, please switch off your camera now, guys. Who's that? Okay, so how our application is running, so same like, okay, so to expose our application data in the JSON or XML format, which is the data is the global format, any application can understand, right? Any application can understand. So for that, we are using what, REST controller, right? REST controller is nothing but what, guys, web services, right? Web services. So to perform those operations, so we are writing one layer, that layer is nothing but what, guys, integration layer, right? Web services, right? Web services, what meaning is what, link your app with what is that, with other apps, right? Another apps. Okay, so just what is that, so why we are using this kind of things, guys, to achieve what, modularity. In a single class also we can write all those things, okay? In the single application also we can write all those things, okay? No problem in that. But at the maintenance time, if we want to write, if our client need what is that, any modification, then what we have need to do now, we have need to check what, all total application, if service layer, just think about that, if data access layer, if we are using the DAL layer, right? If modularity will be there in the application, then just think about that in future, if application, right, if a client want to what, to interact our application with a different database, then what is that, easily we can, what is that, easily we can remove those code, and we don't have need to touch what, another area, right? We don't have need to touch what, another area, right? Good. So same like, so because of that, what we are using now, we are using what is that, layer concept in the project to achieve what, modularity, right? Achieve what, modularity is nothing but, let's understand first what as a diagrammatically now, guys, okay? As a diagrammatically only. So what is that now? Presentation, right? Presentation layer. Presentation layer is nothing but what, guys? Whatever things we are seeing, that, right? Whatever things we are seeing, right, in the application, that is called, what is that? That is called what? Presentation layer, right? That is called what? Presentation layer. Just think about that. This is the view area. Okay, good. So presentation layer is nothing but what is that? Presentation layer is nothing but what, guys? Our, what is that? Viewable area, right? Like whatever things we are seeing as a graphical, right? Graphical, that is nothing but what? Presentation layer. Okay, good. Another one is what? Service layer. Okay, service layer, where we are writing, what is that? Service layer. Okay, service layer, SL. Service layer, where we are writing, what is that? Businesses logic, right? Businesses logic, that is called what? Service layer only, right? Okay, good. So there, what we are writing? Calculation. After then, what is that? Basic operation. After then, what? If the password is there, username password check concept. Okay, this username and password is correct, right or wrong, those things we are writing in the service layer, right? Service layer. After then, what is that? After then, what will be there now? Another one is what now, guys? Another one is what? Okay, DAL, right? Data access layer. This data access layer will interact directly if our application need what? To interact with what? Interact with what? Our application will, if need our application to interact with what? Database. So for that, what we are writing? We are separating the data logics, right? Database logics to writing those database, right? Logics, where we are writing now in the DAL, right? Data access layer. Now good. Okay, if our application want to interact, what is that? To what is that? Global application, right? If we want to expose, what is that? Our logics to another application, right? So for that, what we are using now, guys? Integration layer, right? Who's that fellow not switching off the camera now? Who's that? Ashok, you are looking great. Switch off your camera. Okay, so integration layer, right? Integration layer. Okay. Okay, integration layer now. Okay, good, guys. So okay, so like what is that? Just I'm saying that what is that? Like what? Just I'm giving one example now, guys. Okay, so like what is that? Static pages also there, right? Static page is there, right? So we are writing in the, like, just what is that? Web app, web pages, right? Web pages, right? So 1 minute, here I will write, then clarity will come much. Okay, okay, this is the presentation layer is nothing but what, guys? Presentation layer is nothing but what? Static pages, right? Static pages. Good. So what is the static page now? Static pages. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so okay, so web pages, right? All web pages web pages, right? Web pages is nothing but what? Like static pages, right? Static pages. Static, what is that? Static, nothing but what is that? Our HTML, right? HTML. After then, what is that? As well as, it's not meaning that only HTML static pages also, right? presentation layer. Whenever we are using, right, MVC concept, at the time we are using what now, guys? We are using, what is that? We are using, taking the to develop our view pages using, what is that? GSP page also, right? That is nothing but what? GSP. Our GSP page is nothing but what? Dynamic page, right? Dynamic page. But still we are able to write, what is that? But using, what is that? Using what? GSP page. Still we are able to write what? Still we are able to write what? Our view pages, right? Dynamic using, what is that? Dynamic page also we can write, what is that? We can able to write what? Presentation, right? Presentation layer, like what is that? Like JSP, and what is that? JSF, and now current is trending in the theme leaf, right? Theme leaf, don't worry. Theme leaf also I will teach in the Spring MVC, guys. I will take care the theme leaf also, right? I will take care as a theme leaf also. Now, good. Okay. So, okay. So, one more thing, guys. How we can decide it? What? How we can decide? Okay, HTML page. We know that whenever we will open the page, the static page will be the same only. But how we will decide it? What is the dynamic page? How we can decide it, right? I will tell. Okay, how we can decide it? This page is a dynamic web page, right? Dynamic page. Okay, the question is, right, one question. Just I'm writing here only, right? Dynamic, right? Dynamic pages, right? Dynamic pages change, right? Dynamic pages change data, right? Change data, change of data, right? Data. Okay, data, what is that? Based on the location, guys. Based on the location, and what is that? Based on the user, and what is that? Based on the time, right? Based on the time, right? Okay, good. I will tell. Okay, I will tell. Good. How? Then we can say that data, that page is what? Dynamic page. Okay, guys. In the meeting, right? In the meeting, what is that? In the meetings, guys, I'm giving the real time scenario. Okay, everyone can understand, because I work near about, different pages, and as well as Indian. I'm not, guys. When I was started my career, from starting of career and till now, I'm working the other countries project only, not Indian project. Okay, so good. So I observe one things, guys. Okay, based on the location, if then we can decide it what? That is the dynamic page now, guys. Okay, that is the dynamic page now. Okay, so what is that now, guys? Okay, 1 minute. So this is the YouTube, right? I'm going to open, what is that? YouTube now. Okay, so what will be there now? See this. Okay, the first page is there, right? Based on the Indian, right? If Indian people will open, right? If Indian people will open, the what is that? First page will be the different, but what is that? Other country person. If the other country will be open, right? Then what will happen now? Other country person will open. Then what will happen now? Other countries, based on that their country, what is that? YouTube page will open. But what is that? In India, if the Indian person will open the Facebook page, right? Or sorry, YouTube page, then what will happen now? Based on that, what? Indian person, right? The page will open. That is nothing but what? Dynamic page now, guys. Okay, that is the nothing but what? Dynamic page. Based on that location only, right? Indian person, if the Indian person is opening YouTube page, right? Based on the Indian region, right? Indian region, what will happen now? That YouTube page will be open. But other country, like, just think about that. If US, if the anyone is there in the US, if the US person will open, right? Then based on that US region, what will happen now? That what? That YouTube page will open. That YouTube page will open, right? So that is the, means what? Then we can say that what? That is the dynamic page. That is the dynamic page now. Okay, based on that location only, right? Based on that location only, right? What is that? YouTube, our YouTube. If we are using, what is that? If we opening the, what is that? YouTube channel, right? YouTube youtube.in, right? The page will be different. If we using, what is that? Same page, same page in what is that YouTube in what is that US, then what will happen now? YouTube page will be, what is that YouTube page, what is that YouTube page dot US, right? It's a different, guys. Okay, based on that location, right? Based on that location, what is that page will be different. Now user based on that user input, right? Based on that user input, if the page is be having different, right? Just think about that our Facebook is there, right? Our Facebook only there. Okay, so what is that? See this. Okay, facebook.com, right? If we are using what is that facebook.com. Okay, so what will happen now? This is the Facebook, right? If we are opening the Facebook, login page is there. I don't know why okay, good. Okay, this is the login page is there, right? This is the login page. If I'm putting here what is that my username and password, then and whenever I'm clicking this, what is that login page, right? Then what will happen now? Based on that user, the profile will open, right? If the another person will put what is that, then if another person will put what is that our own username and password, then what will happen? Their profile will open or not, guys? Come on, come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi.
yes.
Yes,
So,
Ravi. Yes.
yeah, so that is. Oh, Satish, today you are also there. Satish, I think.
Yes, Ravi. Yes.
Good, good.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
I am
So,
there.
yeah. Okay. So what will happen now? Based on that, what? Based on that, what that person, what will happen now? This Facebook profile will open or not? Then we can say that this form is a dynamic form or not, guys? Come on. Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Okay.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi. Yes.
Okay, so come here.
Yes.
What we will say now here, user, based on that user, like just example, Facebook, right? Facebook, right? Facebook. Okay, if we are just Ravi, if I'm putting what is that Ravi ID, then what will happen? My profile will open. If I'm opening what is that another person, just think about Padma, right? Padma. So what will happen now? Padma profile will open. If I'm writing what is that, taking what is that Satish, Satish, right? Satish, then what will happen? Satish profile will open. Okay, if I'm taking what is the Sudhir, Sudhir, then what will happen? Sudhir profile will open now, right? Based on that user, the what is that page is we having or not, guys? That is called that page is nothing but what? Dynamic page, right? Based on that input, what is that? What will happen now? Our page will be have. That is nothing but what is that? What is that? Dynamic page now. Okay, time, based on that time, right? Based on that time. Okay, guys, so what is that? I'm going to open what is that news, right? Google news, Google news, right? Google what? News, news. Okay, Google news. Okay, if I'm opening the Google news, this page, okay, this page, what is that? If I'm opening the morning time, this page, what is the news will be different. If I'm opening the same page only in the evening, then what will happen now? Same news will be there or different news will be there now, guys? Come on, come on.
Different news, Ravi. Different, Ravi. Different.
So then what we can analyze is morning time is different and evening time is different. Based on that different time, this page is we having or not, guys? Come on, come on.
Yes, Ravi.
So then we can say,
Yes.
then
Yes.
we can say this page is then we can
Absolutely,
say,
Ravi.
then we can say this page is a dynamic page or not, guys? Come on.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Google News, right? Google News. Just think about what is that news. News. What is that? Morning 7 a.m. 7 a.m. different news will be there, and what is that? Evening what 6 p.m. different news will be there, right? That is nothing but that page also we can say dynamic page or not, guys? Come on. Okay, guys. So
Yes, Ravi.
okay, good. So let's okay, just I'm giving one small story, guys. Just okay, listen that story, then we will start the session, right? Okay, so just concentrate on that story. That is the very useful for you people. Okay, so okay, so what is that? One talented person went inside that what interview, right? Interview. One talented person went inside that what interview. Okay, and on that day 100 people are came, right? On that day, what is that? 100 people also came in the interview, right? And what will happen now in interview hall, right? Interviewer is there. Interviewer is taking what? Interview now. Okay, interviewer is taking what? Interview now. Interview. Okay, good. So what will happen now? This is a very talented person, right? This is what this fellow is a very talented person. Okay, so what happened now? But his turn is what? Last. Okay, 99 people is going inside that what? Interviewer, and they are rejecting now. Interviewer is rejecting now. Interviewer, then what will happen now? He is also losing there. What is that? Who he thought that I also will not select in the interview, right? In interview, 99 people got rejected on that day in interview, right? On that day, what is that? 99 people get rejection. Okay, but what will happen now at the last? Okay, he said that okay, let's go inside that. He went inside that interview panel, and he seated down front of interviewer. And what is that? Interviewer is asked, I will ask only one question. Okay, and if you give the right answer, then what will happen now? I will select you. Okay, I will select you. So he thought that 99 people got rejection. Then okay, so what happened now? Interviewer asked, okay na, interviewer asked, I'm going to ask too much tough question, right? Too much tough question, just give the answer. So he thought that he's thinking that why is saying that like that, which kind of question he's asking now. He's feeling nervous now. Okay, so what is the interviewer question? 5 into, right? 5 into 2 equal to, what is the answer now, guys? What is the answer now? Come on, everyone. What is the answer now?
10.
Okay, 10, right? 10 is the correct answer. 10 is a correct answer, right? 10 is what? Correct answer. But what is that? He is thinking that this is the silly question, right? He's asking, this is the very silly question. But what is that? This talented fellow is sitting silent, and he's thinking about that what I can give the answer, because he know that his answer is what? 10 only, right? That talented fellow is know that this question answer is what? 10. But what is that? He is given the 8 answer. Okay, he is given the 8 answer. Then interviewer saying, okay, good, you are given the correct answer, I am selecting you, I selected you. Okay, he came to home, and next day what will happen now? He went inside the office, right? And he started to work. After some days, right, he asked on to interviewer, because interviewer is his boss only, right? He asked the interviewer what? Okay, on that day, what happened now? 99 people get rejection, and even I given the wrong answer also. So okay, no. So what happened now? He wrote the same question front of our own boss, right? 5 into 2. 5 into 2. Boss, what is the answer now? So boss given the 10, right? So he said that I also know that the correct answer, but I given on that day wrong answer. Why you selected me? Okay, why you are selected me? So the conclusion is, then what boss is said that the people, whenever I'm asking this question, right, when the people are entering in the panel, they are sitting silent and they are not giving any answer. As at least you are given the wrong answer, right? The other people is not given anything, just they are coming and they are sitting in the panel. Because of that, I rejected everyone. Okay, at least you given the wrong answer, but you given the answer na. So because of that, I selected you. So the conclusion is here also, guys. Okay, so if you give the if you give the response in the session, right, then at least I can give the good subject to you people. Okay, based on your response only I will deliver the subject, guys. Okay, otherwise what is that? I will escape the things. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Sure, Ravi. Sure, Ravi. I am here,
Yes,
Ravi.
sure.
No issue.
So expose yourself, guys. Okay, expose. Sometime your exposes. See, if you sit the silent, no one knows to you. If at least if you are doing the mistake also, right? If the good person will be there, they can correct you, na. Come on.
Yes,
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 Ravi,
Ravi,
you are
yes.
right. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ravi.
Right.
Yes. Sure,
Yes.
sure. Right.
so same things. Okay, at least become what expose yourself. Don't hide. Okay, this is the not age our age. Okay, we are the professional guys. Okay, so expose yourself where the mistake will be there. Do mistake, right? Multiple time mistake. If you are not doing the mistake also, how you will learn now? So just think about that, what the things is applied on the guy. Okay, just that person is able to expose yourself. At least he's given the wrong answer, but he is able to expose now in front of the interviewer. Otherwise, why they are losing the job? Because they seated in the interview panel silent, right? Because of that, they are not getting the job. So same like apply in the life
Yes,
also, guys.
sir. Yes.
Yes, Ravi. Yes.
So now this is the small story, guys, I created to motivate you. Okay. This is
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine story.
this is the not real story, guys. Because of
Very-
you only I.
Very good one. Very good one, Ravi.
Okay, so good. Okay, good. So now you people able to understand what is the dynamic data and what is that static pages now, guys. Static page is nothing but constant.
Yes,
What?
yes, yes.
Okay, so dynamic pages
Yes,
means
Ravi.
what is that? Based on the time, based on that location, based on that what our input page will change. That is nothing but what? That page is nothing but what, guys? Dynamic page. Okay. So good. Let's move on, and we will understand next level discussion now, guys. Okay. So what is that same like based on that what is that this design pattern, keeping this design, right? Keeping this design. Okay. So Spring People is given what? MVC, right? Spring People is given what? MVC. MVC. Okay. Spring People is given what? One design. That is nothing but what? MVC. MVC means what is that, guys? Is normally model only, right? Model is nothing but what, guys? Our data, right? Our what? Data. Another one is what? B for what? Normally B for what? B for
View.
what? Our
View.
nothing. Yeah, UI, right?
View.
UI
View.
is nothing but whatever things we are getting this,
Presentation.
right? Yeah. Display, right? Whatever thing